and some of the big news that has come out ahead of the full release of the game, and what's a part of their basically last big update before they release the game in full on PC. We're going to be playing some Undisputed. I've got Canelo versus Roy Jones Jr. I'm playing as Canelo in the blue corner. And yeah, I'll just kind of talk about the game and yeah, just about the update and everything. I've got some little Tostitos chips to kind of munch on and some ginger ale, just kind of while we're doing it. So I figured that'd bring some good sounds too. One thing I will say before I talk about the update, the character models are like really, really good. They look like super, super good, even in the ring, like not just in the loading screens and that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think it's their 7th major update since the beginning of the beta and early access. It's coming out on February 12th. They announced it this past week. And it is going to be a big one. And I'm very excited about this. I'll definitely be making another video once that update drops, because it is going to have some big key features added to the game. First of all, character creation. And number 2, career mode. One big thing they mentioned with career mode is that it is going to, like, you're going to be able to pick your manager, your cut man, like your corner, your entire team. Apparently, like your training and stuff as well. If you want to, you can kind of override your manager's decision, and you can fight whoever you want, or like whoever is available at that time. Like, even if you're fighting, like your created character, or your personal fighter, and there might be a contract available to fight Sugar Ray Robinson, you can do that, which is kind of neat. But yeah, I'm super excited for this because that is one of my favorite things in any sports game, where you can do the career mode, make your own player, whether it be for like the Madden NFL games, FIFA, NHL, NBA, MLB The Show, the old Fight Night games, UFC, all of those ones, when you get to make your own fighter or player or athlete. I always think that is some of the best stuff, because you can kind of put yourself in the game or make kind of that persona or fighter or athlete that you might not ever, or you won't ever be, but you can make that kind of larger than life kind of person. But yeah, that's coming out on February 12th. Super, super excited about that. It looks like some of the customization features are actually going to be pretty in-depth. Lots of different like facial hairstyles. There's like I can't remember exactly what they called it, but you can kind of like mold and not necessarily just use like preset options or like sliders to create your character. You can actually like actively, like when you're creating it, almost like sculpt your fighter, I guess that's the better word. Or if you want to like pull their cheekbones out a bit or push them in or kind of that kind of stuff, you can do that. Tattoos, that kind of stuff, you get to pick all their gear, from the boots to the gloves to the shorts, that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'm super excited. I also apologize if the first couple rounds take me a couple minutes or a couple rounds just to kind of get back into playing and get used to the controls and the feel of it again. I haven't played for a while, so yeah, just excuse my atrocious skills here, my atrocious fighting skills and style. Later on, though, I do start, getting back into the combos and stuff, and moving around and that kind of stuff. But the career mode as well, I thought that was super cool because I think this is one of the first or only games where you can actually pick who's in your corner, like who you have as a cut man and who you have as like a manager and all that kind of stuff. And your trainer.
Very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one's there to do anything out of turn.
Two for this fight. This isn't online. I just did just a fight against like the AI or the computer. So I had it set on intermediate for the skill level for my opponent. 12 rounds and like no modifications to any of the stats or stamina bars or anything. And it is in simulation. So that's why you can't see the stamina bars and health bars and stuff, as well as the stamina drain and health drain and damage and stuff comes on a lot more like in a realistic fashion, less arcadey. With this new update too, I can't remember if it's something they mentioned, but I know one thing they definitely mentioned is they were like about some of the balancing in fighters. They're gonna kind of work on that and fix that. But one thing with the AI I find happens a lot, and you'll see it here in this fight, that the AI will like come out swinging and just like throwing as much as they can for the first like 30 seconds to a minute, and then they start slowing down a bit, and that gives me an opportunity to just kind of go in and do a lot of damage because they don't throw and retaliate as much, which I hope they can improve. Or where you just see there where Jones Jr. just doesn't do anything and just sits there and covers up. Kind of a weird thing. I made a video a long time ago, whenever it was the open beta. That video actually did pretty good. Got like, I think like 2,000 views or something. That was still in like very early access. Obviously, when it was I think it was like the closed beta. It was a lot more arcadey then, and you only had a couple fighters to pick from. It was Arturo Gatti and Mickey Ward. Still, it was fun, and for what it was then, like I said in the title, that, this looks great or amazing or whatever, for what it was at the time, it was very, very good. Obviously, for being a beta, like for a beta, I expected just having like basic punches thrown and like all that kind of stuff, but it was good for what it was. It is 10 times better now than what it was. Obviously, still not perfect. There's a lot to still go into it, but they're going to be working on that with this next major update before the release of the full game. Now, they haven't said when. I don't think the full release is yet, just when this update is coming out. But it's getting closer. boxing game we've had since Fight Night Champion.
He doesn't put on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not until you're sent.
I know there was a couple of bigger YouTubers out there that, whenever this kind of came out in early access as well, started playing it. Like Martial Mind. I'm gonna tag you in the comments. Shout out to that guy. He makes some awesome content. I watch a lot of his stuff, especially his UFC stuff. Whenever this Undisputed, when he made the Undisputed videos, I went on and watched a lot of them, because, you know, it's good to have the input from someone who has such a large following to really be able to give some good feedback, and maybe have the developers actually listen and put some of those into the game. As you can see, one big fix that I think they actually managed to actually properly fix before, whenever you would kind of get into that pocket, you know, when you're basically face to face, there's this almost like a glue, like quote unquote glue, where, you know, you kind of get stuck in the pocket when you try to you went to throw a punch or two and then kind of back out to move around, kind of like I end up doing a lot here. It made it so hard to back out. You get stuck, and then you get 2 or 3 punches just straight in the face, and you'd lose some of your health or your chin or whatever. So it made it very, very annoying, because sometimes you get tagged and you get a flash knockdown, and you'd be like, what the hell? I just wanted to move around, but instead I got stuck in the pocket. I think they have made it a much more fluid transfer in and out of that kind of pocket. Whereas now you're not stuck. Sometimes you'll have a slight hesitation coming in and out of the pocket, but it's not nearly as bad as it was. So I definitely applaud the devs for that, for fixing that. One thing I haven't noticed as much, because I haven't been playing as much recently, but if I know some of the fighters will move their actual fighter in real life did or does, but their fight styles, I would like to see, and the more I play I'll probably find out. Excuse me. But as to whether the fighter actually fights like they did or like they do, you know, whereas if they're an inside fighter, whether they always try to fight inside, or if they're an outside fighter, if they're an in and out, whatever, if they're a boxer puncher, if they're a counter puncher, whatever, if they actually do that or not, or if the CPU just kind of has them as a basic kind of, you know, generic kind of fighter. So I'm interested to see that, and the more I play, now that the game has developed a little bit more, the more I'll probably see that and notice it. Kind of off topic, but right now, we've got a snowstorm on the east coast of Canada, Atlantic Canada. So Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, Prince Edward Island. Yeah, the roads have been I guess significantly deteriorating. The snowplows are off the roads now. My driveway is pretty much snowed in, almost 4.5, 5 feet at the end. And I'm about 6 feet, so it's pretty much up to my chest. But yeah, right now I figured it'd be a good opportunity to kind of just, you know, know, about whatever, especially about Undisputed. But yeah, we're in like a blizzard right now. Like Prince Edward Island, we are, I think we're getting between like 40 to 60 centimeters, and then like Sydney, Nova Scotia is like getting like 100 centimeters or something. Yeah, so lots of snow and lots of high winds. So it's not nice out there right now. Which is why I'm glad I'm inside, having some snacks, eating some Tostitos, and drinking some Canada Dry Ginger Ale, and hanging out with you guys, and just talking about a pretty cool game. But we're basically going to come to an end here, because this is going to put Roy Jones out for good. So, let me know what you think in the comments about the update, if you're excited for career mode and character customization and all that good stuff. And if you liked the video, as always, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, all that good stuff, so you don't miss anything on the channel. And, as always, thank you so much for watching and joining me today. We will see you in the next video. And remember,